that is. Hey, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Dayton.
And so we are going to be answering the questions that you asked last night. So we're calling this the stuff you want to know about. And so we're going to dive right in. First question, do animals go to heaven? According to movies, all dogs go to heaven. That way they would say yes, but I'm not so sure. So in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it says, "Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into the man's nostrils, and the man became a living person." That word, breathe the breath, that word breath is actually the same word for spirit. It's a Hebrew word meaning ruach, and that literally is his essence, his life. And so God literally breathed himself, his life, into his spirit, into man. And so that's why we were created in the image of God. And so what we notice is that God didn't breathe his breath into the animals. And so there's a huge distinction between him breathing his ruach into man and him speaking life in for animals. And so with that being said, I don't see where God, like being created, God came to rectify that when Adam and Eve sinned. He sent his son Jesus, so I see he came to rectify, to fix the broken relationship that happened. And so I don't see where animals will necessarily, I mean, there are animals in heaven, but I don't see where they're necessarily going to be in heaven. God being an all-powerful God, could he recreate your little dachshund puppy in heaven? He can do whatever he wants, but I just don't see that biblically. So I guess take my answer with a grain of salt and do some of your own research. But I don't see where that animal is necessarily going to be in heaven. So, does your walk with God have an effect on your salvation?
That is a great question. So, it goes back to the beginning where God gives us a choice. He gives us a choice to sin, and he gives us a choice to not sin, right? Adam and Eve, classic example of Adam and Eve. And so with that choice, we have the choice whether to walk with him or to walk away from him. And it's not something that we just lose. You sin one time and you lose your salvation. No, it's not like that at all. It's an active choice. It's a choice that you make continuously and say, no, I'm not gonna follow Jesus. So when you're going through your struggles, when you're going through life with sin, you aren't losing your salvation. It's a process of Jesus making you new, making you into a better creation.
Yep. And the type of church that we're actually at, in some ways, a God church. And so we believe that it's not a once saved, always saved. It's we believe that we have a choice in the matter. And so we can choose to pursue God, or we can choose, as Dayton said, to kind of just throw our keys every day and be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not following you. This is too hard. This is too difficult. I don't want to follow your rules. So
yeah, and there will be a link in the description about this in more detail.
Oh, cool.